Closed lost opportunities. Today we're going to dig into how to re-engage closed lost opportunities. There's a lot of AEs out there, SDRs. Like, hey, it's really easy to send emails to people that were in a deal cycle 6 to 12 months ago. There are a lot of customers that we work with that are honestly missing out on a lot of low-hanging fruit by not going about this properly, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we get to that, my name is Jason. I'm the host of the Outbound Squad podcast. We're all about helping you turn complete strangers into paying customers. So if you have account executives or BDRs that are going outbound, they're trying to land meetings, they're re-engaging old accounts, close lost opportunities, for example, whatever it might be, you're definitely in the right place. So what we're going to talk about today with Clara Johnson, who is our head of training, is where common mistakes are with engaging closed lost opportunities. We're going to give you a really simple framework for what you can do instead, along with an example. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, dude, let's dig in. So you're working with a client right now, and one of the things that we teach at the very beginning is this idea of, hey, let's not just randomly blast everyone in our target market, right? With emails and phone calls, et cetera. Like, let's be really selective about where we choose to engage. And one of those is re-engaging closed lost opportunities. It's like the lowest hanging fruit to get meetings. Do you want to give the folks kind of some context into like who this client is, what they sell, and dig in?
Yeah, we are working with an SDR team at a SaaS company. They sell a merchant of record software to founders and growth leaders in super fast scaling companies. And their buyers usually are very reactive in nature. We all know buyers like that. It's like when
Yep.
something breaks, when compliance is at risk, when there's a new market to launch into, when there's a hiring surge, they come inbound. And most often, reps who have closed lost opportunities typically just reach out to those closed lost opportunities when there's a calendar event, right? They said reach out in 6 months. So the rep sets a task for 5 months from
Yeah.
now, which
Yeah.
is almost like working an account list, like a dead list. It's not very
Yeah.
strategic. So what we help them do is create this strategy all around urgency and the why now for closed lost opportunities versus this reactive state of you
Mhm.
told me to reach out in 6 months. Now I'm going to send you an email.
Or worse, if I could add, we just came out with a new feature that our enablement team gave us these slide decks on, and now I'm gonna reach out and say, "Hey, Clara, we just came out with 3 new features that we would like to talk to you about. Do you have time tomorrow to talk about it?"
Like some of the worst emails that I've ever gotten is like, we, me, I.
Yeah. Yeah.
That has no value to me. Um, well, most of the time. So what we did is we make it super simple for reps to go after closed lost opportunities. We build them an AI prompt. Everything is in this AI prompt. That's why we love Gemini so much because you can create a gem and all you have to do is show me account research for X company and it will populate
Yep.
everything for them. So in this AI prompt, it switched the tone from, let's say I'm reaching out to Maria, who told me to reach out in 6 months. Hey, I know you evaluated us last year. Curious if this quarter is better timing. To, hey, Maria, I noticed that your team has doubled in size since last summer, just opened in 2 new markets. I'm curious, how are you planning to maintain visibility and productivity across your remote teams as you scale and as you grow? So it becomes more of a conversation around, I want to help add value to all of the things that are changing within your business versus is now a good time because you told me 6 months.
Yeah. You're almost like the the fact that there was a previous deal is almost just like the trigger and relevance. Uh, Maybe not even that actually. It's maybe even more like an indicator for you that this is worth spending your effort on. It's almost like a way to point your effort in the right direction of what to focus on. Because you're basically this client is re-engaging this opportunity as if it's a new opportunity. They're taking all of the same care that they would with a brand new account. They're researching, they're looking for triggers, they're pointing to problems, etc.
Totally. The difference is how can you reference notes or insights from previous conversations and make them relevant into the why now, right? So
Yeah.
if they were telling you that, now's not a good time, we're going to do a bunch of growth and expansion, we're really focused on product right now, like then use that in your messaging and any new relevant proof points of why it may be valuable for them to engage with you.
Yeah. So not all closed loss deals are equal, but if you do have a deal that kind of got close to the finish line where you have a quantified problem and maybe there's a project name for it already or a priority, like all of that stuff's great to plug into this too. Where if you're like, hey, last time we talked about product XYZ and how you were, margins were 10% lower because you guys weren't collecting on failed payments, is this still a priority as you launch X, Y, and Z products this upcoming year type of thing? Like
Mm-hmm.
being able to point to that specific problem is really key too. So what's the big takeaway for folks listening to this that want to put this into action?
If you put this into action, I think the biggest takeaway is start re-engaging these close loss or like dead accounts, right? That we have a list of with time-based insights instead of like time-based hope. That's the biggest thing. Time-based insights instead of time-based hope. Make it super relevant. Show them you've done your research. Be credible by referencing previous conversations or insights you have on the company. And that should hopefully help you break into these accounts and book meetings and convert to pipeline.